Georgie, when you can.
Well done. Jacko, get long. Just watch your matchups though, mate.
Don't make them think that they're the ones but when you're fucking people already, you're taking it out.
Hey!
Come in a million miles in. You're one-on-one. Look at your head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to fight a minimum 4 games pyramid. Wherever it is, 4 games. He's going to be last year, I was not sure. Live there for a month.
Yeah, yeah.
2 or 3 days a week. You know, the club, yeah, he doesn't want to flog himself down there. He just wants to go down, and he reckons he's got you going, you know, it's not too cold, I'd say. Like obviously this season finished, then May comes around, and we're going to employer, like the corners live there, work your minimum days, get paid, and then whatever.
Multi.
I'm glad he's told me. Those two were quite a shit.
All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the final game of the home and away season for our NTFL TIO Women's Premier League game. I'm here with Stu Davis, and we're here to watch Nightcliff versus Waratahs, and they're going to fight out for 3rd and 4th position on the ladder. We're looking forward to a big game, Stu. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thanks, Sam. And clearly it is a big game. Basically, finals come out a week early, isn't it, with the winner of this game securing 3rd spot and the loser down to 4th, and likely have to face Buffaloes next week, which you wouldn't relish, I wouldn't think.
No, not at all. The physicality that the Buffs bring, so they'll be fighting hard here between the two teams. And just a quick rundown of our teams today. I see that Nightcliff have added Ashanti Bush in the number 14, the Gold Coast Suns AFL women's player, so she'll be exciting to watch. And there's a few changes from last week, so I'm guessing we're going to be in for a nice red hot game, and the Tars coming off a loss to the Buffettes last week. Yeah,
I think Tars have got a couple in as well, coming in for what looks like their 5th game of the season, so just in time to qualify them for finals. So yeah, just gearing themselves up for a crack at it in the next few weeks. But we're underway. Away you go. So we're at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval, of course, and the ball has been squirted out to the outer side of the ground in Nightcliff's attacking half, but Tars bringing it back, and just chopped off out there by Fogus, who swings the ball around close to the boundary line. Some good work at ground level by Ware, who got the handball back inside, and now Nightcliff have got it inside forward 50 as the chip kick comes in towards the goal square. It's propping just in front of the line and rolls through for a behind.
Yeah, quick start from the Tigers girls there. A nice quick clearance here. So bringing it back in will be Rubio Dwyer, and she had a great game last week. Really solid in defence. I expect her to perform. And on cue, Ashanti Bush pursuing that footy at right near the boundary line. She's got some support coming in. She can't quite pick it up, but it's rolled over there, taken over by Tastula for Tars. So we'll get a throw in just on near the 50 of Nightcliff scoring end.
So, of course, Waratah losing to Darwin Buffaloes last week, which basically secured 5th spot for Darwin, so they'd be pretty happy with that outcome. Went down earlier today against St Mary's, but a game that really had no bearing on the premiership table, unless, of course, Palmerston can cause the huge boil over against the top team Pint, which seems pretty unlikely. But it's Nightcliff trying to force the ball forward here as just Tars defence holding up strong for the minute, but the kick out is chopped off by Jackie Onion-Smith. She kicks long to the top of the goal square, and Michaela Ward on the end of that one takes a good contested mark in the hands out in front, and she'll be kicking for goal from only about 15 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, I imagine we'd see that a lot today from Onion Smith heading up Michaela Ward deep in forward. And as Wardy's come in, she's kept it low, but she's kicked it through, putting Nightcliff as our first goal scorers for this game and leading the Tars 1 goal, 1-7 to Waratah 0.
Yeah, terrific build up there from Nightcliff. The kick to the hot spot at the top of the goal square, and Michaela Ward just too strong in that marking contest and just clunked a nice mark and put it straight through. Looks like at least in the early stages of this game, she's playing out of the goal square and will be a target for them all day if that's the case.
So as the ball's coming back to the middle, we've got Bacon for Nightcliff standing there, tall, strong, ready to go up against Erin Hunt from Tars, and Hunt's just gone for the body, but nobody's really won that. Fogus fighting in there, but Tars have come out the back with it, and a kick into their forward half for the first time of this game, and beautiful body work there by the Nightcliff player, and she'll look to come onto the interchange side, and she's hit up a teammate in Hunter, Hunter's just calling her players forward, and nobody's really marked it, and they're just going to play on here. Fighting on the ball, McWilliam comes out with it. She's slung as she's kicked it. She's just got it out in front, and Onion Smith with the beautiful bodywork again out to Fogus, but intercepted there by Tastula. But it's out straight out to Bush. She's gone long. Who's she hit up? She's hit up Michaela Ward there again. So she'll have another shot straight out in front, about 15 metres out.
Yeah, beautifully read that time by Michaela Ward. She just got out the back, didn't she, as the long kick came over the top, and she was in the right place, took the mark, running with the flight of the ball, and another close range shot at goal. Not much of a run up, chips at the ball and puts it straight through for her second and for Nightcliff's second, and it's a red hot start from Nightcliff.
Yeah, just clapping her teammates there, and they just really pushed hard in that ball between Bush, Fogas and McWilliam there to get that kick away under pressure. So really strong work in pressure from the Tigers early on.
Yeah, they've had it all really. It hasn't. It's hardly gone forward of centre for Waratah, which is a bit of a worrying sign early, but of course very early days. But a few players back into the side this week. Probably just need a little bit of time to gel. But in the meantime, they can't let that scoreboard get away from them. Conditions are pretty good. It's pretty hot today, of course, but there's a bit of breeze about, so hopefully the conditions are good for football. Had a fair bit of rain during the week, but the ground's held up really well, as this time the big thump forward by Erin Hunt for Tars, and then she follows up herself. Hand pass comes out to the back to Waratah. She hand passes forward, and a quick kick forward by Wynne Stanley out into some space over the back. Here's a chance for Tars as it's picked up, and a snapshot for goal by Maya Netherway, and that's a good reply. Nightcliff didn't touch the ball at all in that forward entry, and yeah, just some energetic work from Tars, and Netherway got on the end of it.
Yeah, and a key in this week, and she didn't play last week. Kira Zarafa there, just the body in the middle there. I saw a Christy Landwise gone to her, another strong midfielder from Nightcliff, but Zarafa just managed to outbody her and get her hands free and keep her feet. That really got that play moving forward.
Yeah, she's a key player, isn't she? She's the captain of the side, only young, of course, but she's had some injury problems in recent times, so hopefully she's over those and is clear to see out the rest of the season. As we're back in the centre again, and again over the top, Hunt thumps it forward, but this time Nightcliff set up well behind the play to get their hands on the ball, but it's picked up and kicked forward for Tars down towards half forward, but Nightcliff able to clear away to the near side of the ground as they just try to force it forward, but again Tars have got some numbers there. That hand pass is smothered, and just no clear kick out of there, and the ball looks like it's going to be wrapped up and held in, and it'll be a ball up.
Yeah, Shanti Bush there, just second, third, fourth efforts to affect all those smothers in there, so strong work from her through the mid early, and again, Hunt's probably took the chocolates in that ruck tap, but it's Tars that have picked it up and cleared it out, and they're heading towards their half-forward line. McWilliam just loses her feet and dumped on the ground as Maddie Jeans, and she'll get a downfield free kick here, and it'll go to Tars.
Yeah, she was going to take the kick herself, but it was a downfield kick, and it's Zarafa that'll be the recipient of that. You know, she is a thumping long kick, and she drives that long down towards half forward, but well read off hands by Jacobs. Her hand pass wasn't effective though, and Tars at ground level had the chance, but just didn't dispose of the ball correctly that time. Grace Eden, and Fogas rewarded with the free kick. She's been a consistent player all year for Nightcliff. As she kicks long around the wing, the ball slips off hands out the back, and a quick kick forward by Tile into some space as Ward puts the pressure on at ground level. Oh, strong tackle by Tile once again brings her Waratah opponent to the ground, but that's a stalemate once again.
So Jacobs up in the ruck here, and taking the chocolates over the top was Bailey from Tars, but Fogas read it best. And she's gone for a handball out wide. I think she's going to go get her own handball again, but Tars have got the numbers and just got the smarts and kicking it off the deck there, but didn't quite pick it up. And it's just going to bounce in between a bunch of people here, and a two-way tackle on the bottom of that pack is Claire Weiss. And we'll have a ball up. So Jacobs versus Bailey in the ruck again. Bailey just got a hand to it first, but it's on the deck. A quick pick up there by Tile and out to a teammate. And it's just a grubber of a kick forward, but Tars are in the defence there through Donaccio. who's just kicked it out wide. Jumping over the top is Hatsa Smarless, but can't quite pick it up and followed up. But she's followed up a great tackle on Win Stanley, who can't quite get away from her. And some quick handballs here, and it's gone down deep. And beautiful body work there by Glover, who's just managed to pull Politis under it and take a nice chest mark deep in the pocket for Tars. So
yeah, just seem to have settled a bit, don't they? And getting their hands on the ball and getting some forward entries, and got the previous goal, of course, and now a set shot. It's a pretty tight angle, but distance should be okay, as Glover's kick on the way looks pretty good, going just across the face, and in fact goes right across the face, and eventually it's seen over the boundary line by Hayley Finning, and it'll be a boundary throw-in. So we're 9.5 minutes into this first quarter, and a 7-point lead to Nightcliff. A really competitive game of football, as we would expect, third against fourth, as on the table as we come into this game. And Nightcliff at ground level get the clearance through focus once again, out wide, off hands, the ball just brought forward, but again stacks on in there as Maddie Jeans wrestles for the ball. It's close to the boundary line, but it'll be a ball up just inside the boundary line as Jacobs comes in to do the ruck work, takes the front position and hooks it out boundary side, but well read by Tastula, whose kick goes around the boundary line, and that's touched over, and it'll be a boundary throw in.
yeah, some nice wide and width on this ground here. So it'll be a good game here. And we've seen a fair few boundary throw-ins already, but I'd imagine that they try and keep it through the corridor. Not a great throw-in, and I think we'll get that ball up again.
Yeah, just got stuck in the hand by the looks, so it'll come back for another attempt at that.
So Bailey and Jacobs in the ruck, they're ready for it to come in nice and high, and a great throw in there. So Bailey just with the length in the limbs over the top and releases Finning there. He just got wrapped up in that tackle and it deemed a throw, and Nightcliff with their nice back pressure will take that free kick through Hunter. So she's looking eyes up, looking to switch. Oh, sorry, Turnbull will take that. She runs and plays on. She goes down the line. Can't quite find a teammate, and Tastula's there first, and she gets a quick, beautiful hands straight out to a teammate to kick it forward, but Turnbull there ready to turn it back over, but Glover with the clean skills just plucks it out of the air. Tries to handball to a teammate in Zanderwick. It's just a bit sloppy footy on the floor at the moment. It's just rolling through people's hands. The boundary line's near. I think some of them are waiting for that boundary line, and set up beautifully behind the ball is Donaccio, and she'll just slow it up right on top of their 50. So she's come in. She's didn't look great off the boot, but went in long, and Glover just got caught behind there holding Politis. So Politis took that free kick, and as she looks to switch it, she's got some runners there. Just missed that mark, but she's got enough through Jazzy Ware out the back. She has a short kick, didn't quite hit the target again, but running through, beautiful work and beautiful hands there was Mackenzie Farmer, but can't quite find a teammate. This forward pressure from Tars is really affecting their run here from Nightcliff, and the Tars are outnumbering them on the ball, as nobody really goes to the ball except for McWilliam, and she's on a 3-on-1 with her teammates trying to help her out, and they do so through, and it's just been tapped over the boundary line.
Yeah, it was pretty intense there. Terrific effort being outnumbered, but and they've done well really to force a stoppage and a boundary throw in again. So inside Nightcliff's forward half, just outside the forward 50, and the boundary throw in gives another chance to go forward again as the tap goes out into space forward of the pack there, but again just paddled along and couldn't be kept in play. And Anna Patmore hands it back to the boundary umpire, and it'll be a boundary throw in once again. So you can see that plenty of one-on-one contests here, not much space being given as the boundary throw-in comes in over the back. Just struggling to get some clear space with hands on the ball. The hand pass comes out, but again forced to the ground. A quick hand pass over the top, and Bush gets on the end of that, tries to take off. Hand passes out in front of herself. Was well done defensively by Hadjic, who's then lost control of the ball. Finning runs onto it this time, paddles it forward as she's tackled, but again, the ball's caught in close, and Hunter laying the tackle forces the ball up in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, so beautiful work by the Nightcliff ruckman. Just tapped it down to Weiss, who's just been wrapped up in a tackle again, and we'll get another ball up here. So plenty of tight tussling going on after those first couple of goals. Lovely tap there by Hunt over the top. It doesn't quite go out to anyone. In pursuing that footy, coming in with just sliding into it, just affected that pick-up was Tastula as she kicks it out into space, and Tegan McWilliam this time tried to spend it before she got it. Just didn't quite make the most of that, but still going in for a tight tussle. Tries to use her body, and Zarafa's in there, just keeps her feet and smart play, and just is wrapped up at the bottom of that. So we'll get another ball up right in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, no easy possessions, that's for sure. It's tight and tough in the contest as the hit out comes over the top, but it's Tars at ground level as the hand pass sweeps out. Quick kick forward, but well read in defence, and chopped off by Gypsy Shermer for Nightcliff. She chips out wide to Hatsis Marlis, who is in space all by herself, and she takes the mark now. Drills a pass in just over the top of her intended target. Spills out the back now and picked up by Tile, who hand passes and then goes back and has another go at it. Hand passes to a teammate who got caught high. That's Michaela Ward. She's out at half forward this time, and she'll take the free kick just at the front edge of the centre square. Kicks long inside forward 50. Had a marking target down there, Sophie McWilliam, but couldn't take the mark. And Cassie McWilliam, I meant. And the ball spills out, and Tars clear it away to the outer side of the ground. The ball bouncing in space out there. It's a one-on-one contest. Bush hand passes just blindly over the top. Doesn't find a target, and now running through was Netherway, who controlled it. Now dribbles it around close to the boundary line, but well read and picked up by Landwehr, but she got caught in the tackle, and the ball spills free again. Working hard in there is Fogus again, and a kick comes forward for Nightcliff out close to the boundary line. In fact, it's gone over the boundary line on the full, and so things will just settle down for a minute, and the ball will be brought back in by Jolene Bauer.
Yeah, so we're into time on here, and nobody really on the mark for Nightcliff. So Bauer just goes down the line, but is faced with about 4 Nightcliff players, and Hunters picked that one up and tried to handle it out. Found a teammate as there's a few handballs, but she's gone for the round the corner kick that Erin Hunt has smothered. And Erin Hunt's got that ball, and she's still out there looking for Winstanley, who takes off and uses her speed that she's known for, and she finds a teammate in Zarafa, who plays on, goes for the palm, doesn't quite come off, and I think that's the quarter time siren.
Yep, it is. So players looked a little confused out there, but yeah, that was good awareness by Shermer on the mark there. Realised that that Zarafa was going to play on straight away, and was awake to it, caught her in the tackle, and prevented any further score. So at quarter time, it's a good contest. It's a 7-point margin. Nightcliff with the advantage after scoring the opening couple of goals of the quarter through Michaela Ward, and Tars got one back. So 7 points at quarter time. We'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro, or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge, or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help. with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to Darwin Mazda Oval here at Nightcliff for this round 18 clash between third place Nightcliff and fourth place Waratah. A really intense opening quarter saw Nightcliff with a 7-point advantage, but we're underway, and Hayley Finning with the first clearing for Tars gets it out to the outer side of the ground, but it's Nightcliff who thump it back in and get it inside the centre square. Hand pass comes out the back, and good use of the hands, sees the ball switched and kicked out wide, and a nice mark taken on the wing, and Berry, I think that is, kicks out wide. In fact, it's Berry on the end of it trying to pick it up, but has it kicked away from there. Good defensive work at ground level there. Bauer just paddles it out to space. Berry hand passes back in board again, but chopped off behind, and Tars clear it away into the centre of the ground. Ball spills to Zarafa, who makes a bit of space for herself and then throws it onto the left boot, kicks high down towards half forward, but well read in defence and chopped off by Gypsy Sherma.
Yeah, Zarafa just had a bit more time than she thought, and if she just left that one short, I reckon Patmore would have gone to the end of it, but great body work there by Sherma, and she's found a teammate in Landwire out on this near side wing here, and Landwire just goes down the line looking for Berry again, and Onion Smith and Berry are in there, and Onion Smith picks it up cleanly and goes for a boot nice and high, looking for McWilliam, but she gets tackled with the ball. She had her chance. I reckon that's a holding the ball, and a great strong tackle by Jeans there, and she's their captain for the Tars, and she was, or vice captain for the Tars, and she was great last week as well. So she goes long to a contest, and standing tall was Nightcliff, but getting a quick kick out through Eden, but out towards the boundary line, and Winstanley, she's going to take off. She tries to handball to a teammate short, but that boundary line's just too close and beats everyone.
So just between the interchange gates there on the centre wing, the players appreciate the ball being in the shade for a few seconds on a warm day as the boundary throwing comes in. Ball paddled forward and just hacked off the ground by Onion Smith, but adjudged to be kicking in danger as Winstanley was trying to get her hands on the ball at the same time. And she'll take the free kick, runs away and kicks short, and that's a good pass. Finds her teammate Patmore just forward of centre. Patmore looking to move the ball on quickly, but kicks into the player on the mark. It's partly smothered. Finning gets a hand pass backwards, but not to much effect as the ball spills out the back now, and trying to control it was Landwehr, but couldn't. It's paddled over to Finning, who kicks high down towards the goal square. Zarafa standing tall, takes it on the second grab, but claiming the mark, but I don't think it's going to be paid here.
Yeah, that's rough. I thought she marked it, and we'll get a ball up deep inside their forward 50 though, so still in scoring range. As the ball goes up here, and Hunt just gets the hops over the top there with lots of players in the middle, but coming out the back of it was the Nightcliff player, and she's found Jazzy Ware. She can't quite take the mark with some good defensive pressure from Bauer, but the ball squirts out to Zarafa, and she'll go round on the left, and her kick's smothered, and it's just rolled out in the boundary line. So we'll get another ball in here.
Yeah, good defensive work there by Jazzy Ware to effect that smother and see it over the boundary line for another throw in, but it is Waratah with the field advantage here and the opportunity deep in their forward half as the boundary throw-in comes in, hooked over the back, but Finning tackled and ball spilt to the ground. The hand pass comes out, good work. Hatzis clears away and gets it down outside of the danger area, and that looks like it'll be a Nightcliff free kick for a high tackle, and it's Mackenzie Farmer just looks a little bit sore as she gets up, but manages to take the kick and directs it nicely to Michaela Ward, who shoves Winstanley out of the way. She goes back to take her kick. She drills a pass along the wing. It's beautifully delivered, and nice mark taken by Bacon out wide. Bacon looking to chip in short, just overcooks that a bit, but it's Farmer down there who picked it up, hand pass back inboard, to Cassie McWilliam, kicks long towards the goal square. It's going across the face and bouncing away from all players out there, and it's bounced about 30 metres away from goal in the end, and Tars able to keep it rolling out close to the boundary line on the outer side of the ground. Have brought it up almost to the centre wing, and then there's a free kick paid, and that's Lily Tasturla that will take that free kick at half back. She kicks along the line, but that's a terrific intercept mark taken by Natasha Tile. She's plays on across towards the middle of the ground, a good pass, and finds Hatzismalis, who swings around on the right boot, kicks long inside forward 50 on the bounce. It's picked up by Jacobs, who kicks long in towards the goal square. Off the hands, the ball spills. Bush at ground level scoops it up with one hand, but there's a whistle on the play in the meantime, and it's a Nightcliff free kick.
Yeah, McWilliam was just pushed off the ball, lost her feet, and then slammed into the ground there by Ruby O'Dwyer, who's probably just a little bit out-heighted by McWilliam. So she'll get a free kick pretty much directly in front and only about another 15 metres out. So as McWilliam's coming in, they're not her orthodox. I'd say her orthodox her orthodox shot would be a left foot snap, and she has absolutely sprayed that, and I think it's gone out in the full as well. So she's much better on a snap on the run than a set shot, I would say.
Yeah, she is a beautiful kick on the run. You would think that the set shot shouldn't be too much of a challenge for her, but yeah, that was not her best effort on that occasion, as the ball caught in underneath at ground level once again, and Claire Weiss and Georgia Hadjic stand up and hand the ball back. That comes out towards Hatzismalis, who couldn't control it. Now into the hands of Zarafa, slips out of her hands, and her teammate scrambles a kick down towards half back. Finning picks up at ground level, hand passes, but it was knocked down and gave Nightcliff the advantages in the end, as Farmer in there couldn't control the ball. It spills out now to Win Stanley for Tars. He gets a quick kick away as the pack converged on her, but it's all Nightcliff back here, and Turnbull picks it up and chips out wide and finds her teammate Landwehr out there.
Yeah, she just
some space.
Yeah, she's just looking to slow it down. And when they were playing nice, slow, patient footy, they were really clean and looked great and deserved that goal. But Landwehr's just kicked it straight back to Ruby O'Dwyer, who's taken a nice chest mark. So she'll look inboard again, a risky kick, but she nails a teammate in Patmore as there she looks to play on, moving around the woman on the mark there, and a quick handball, but attacked that footy was Politis out to Fogus, who's been strong so far today, and she looks for a teammate and finds them right in the middle of the ground in the corridor, so that she's just looking wide. And she's got some runners on the outside, and Ware has got support through Bush, who just gets a quick handball out, and a handball goes back out to Mackenzie Farmer, who just spins a player around and finds a quick kick in board, finds Ward. She picks it up and she chucks it on the right, and it's just it's right on that goal line, and it's just rolled through for a behind. So some quick ball movement there from the Tigers just to get it in and really attack that goal.
Yeah, just got it to the hot spot there, and it slipped out the back. Looked like Nightcliff were a chance for a while as Tars bring it away. O'Dwyer takes a mark, runs on straight away, gets her kick forward, but she got collected as she kicked the ball, and so it did affect the kick as it's picked up this time by Fogus, who got wrapped up in the tackle, and she'll be penalised for not disposing of it properly. And Hayley Finning will go back and take the free kick on the outer side of the ground, looking inboard this time. She's got a leading player just almost out of reach there and couldn't control the ball, and Nightcliff at ground level, it's almost dragged back in the end, and the umpire's given the benefit of the doubt here. It'll be a ball up.
I would have said she dragged that in as well. She'd be pretty close to holding the footy there. So Jacobs and Bailey up in the ruck. Zarafa read it best, and she's picked it up and just taken on the pack of Tigers there, and she's going to get ball up. I thought he was going to blow his whistle for holding the footy, taking him on, but it was the umpire's blown it to ball up as Bailey just gets over the top again. Zarafa read it best, and she gets it out to a teammate in Bollock, but just a bit scrappy in the middle of the ground here, and nobody really taking ownership and possession and just trying to get it forward there. So Berry at the bottom of that, Tiles at the bottom of that. It comes out to Anion Smith, or sorry, comes out to Jacobs. She just puts it round the corner. It doesn't quite go the full 15, and it's wrapped up here with both teams going hard in it.
So another ball up. It's just thumped forward by Nightcliff, and a toe poke forward, but Tars have got numbers at ground level as players trying to keep their feet to have some control of the ball when they get possession, but there's plenty of numbers around again, and it's another stoppage, and we've seen repeat stoppages here through the middle stages of this second quarter as Finning had a bit of space from that hit out and got a kick forward, and Tars advancing it down the ground, down towards half forward. The hand pass comes out as the tackle's laid, but Turnbull reaches in behind the pack and clears out wide, out into open space, and nicely controlled down here, and Nightcliff the chance to build around the wing as Hatzismalis takes a mark just backward of the wing on the near side of the ground. And now looking long, close to the boundary line. Oh, that's a strong mark taken by Jacobs, and she kicks around the wing again, but Waratah defence get there in numbers and cleared away by Jeans, but I think there's a free kick here, just trying to see what it's all about. I think it's going to be a Waratah free kick. It's going back to Jeans, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think she just got caught high as she kicked it, so no downfield as it was in the tackle, so she'll go long down the line to a teammate in Tastula there, just an uncontested mark, and she goes on the left inboard, nearly collected the umpire there, but running onto it was Netherway, and she's just booted it forward, but Turnbull's going to be first there. She picks it up and looks like she just threw that one out, but also looks like she's just got her knee caught under there, and it didn't look like a nice tackle.
Yeah, she's in a bit of pain down there. As the ball spilled over the boundary line, she's getting up now.
Looks like her
a
arm.
wrist or something, yeah. So just fell awkwardly, I think. So she's a strong, reliable defender, and Nightcliff will be hoping that she can get patched up and back on the ground pretty quickly. But hopefully the injury's not too bad, as Nightcliff working it through the hands out of defence. Just struggling to control the ball as the hand pass comes out, but it's chopped off there by Eden, who swings around on the right boot, kicks long towards the top of the goal square. Pushing out her opponent there was Bullock, but couldn't control the ball, and Nightcliff kick it away to the outer side of the ground. It's bouncing close to the boundary line as Bush sprinted after it.
Thought she was going to get there.
So it's going to be a free kick, last touch rule free kick, and it's Tars the chance to go forward again. It goes high in, but well read in defence. Chopped off, and now the switch, a dangerous one into the middle of the ground, but they've got the numbers there as Hatzismalis delivers beautifully out wide to Kennedy. Kennedy takes the mark, and she's off and running. Kicks the ball out to the advantage of Ward, but it bounces past her. The hand pass inboard from Donataccio missed the target, and now Nightcliff the chance there, sharing it around through the hands. A quick kick forward, but Jeans at ground level just got bundled out of the way, and Landwehr kicks long into some space over the back. O'Dwyer's first there for Tars. Picks up now, but she's under plenty of pressure from McWilliam. But again, the ball spills out to O'Dwyer, and she kicks long towards the centre of the ground, but just snatched out of the air beautifully by Sophie Hatzismalis. She's calling for a teammate to spread to the outer side of the ground. That's the way she goes, and puts it out in front of Rasmussen, who picks it up now and swings back around her opponent. Kicks long down towards half forward, and on the knees, the mark not taken, and Fogus has her kick smothered, but there's a free kick going to be paid for holding, and it's going to go the way of Megan Fogus.
Yeah, that rule, I think is a great one that got brought in probably last year, is that if she got rid of the ball and then got cleaned up or prevented from getting the next handball, that free kick happened, and I think it was well paid there. So she's gone into the pocket looking for Anion Smith, but can't quite get there, and pursued by Adams, and will get a ball in deep inside Tigers forward 50.
So 14 and a half minutes gone, no goals this quarter. It's been a real arm wrestle, just the one behind scored by Nightcliff. So time very close to half time, and the chance here as the boundary throwing comes in. No one could really get a hand to it, and it's Nightcliff with a chance at ground level, picked up by Tile. She got tackled with the ball. Tars defending strongly when Stanley gets tackled. The ball slips out. Here's a shot towards goal, but it's going wide and out of bounds on the full, as the siren in fact does go for half time. And just an arm wrestle that quarter, Sam.
Yeah, as you said, only the 1 point scored, and I think it was very even in where the ball sat between the middle and the two ends. So Tigers still with the lead at halftime, 2 goals 14 to Waratah's 1 goal 0, and we'll be back with you for the second half of this tight tussle after a short break.
You know Territorians go a long way for one another.
So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Head on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls only option, and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footy.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
By Buffs, and Buffs over the top through Jared Stokes there, and Stokes gets it long inside forward 50. Coming at it is Stafford, but Stafford can't quite get it, but a teammate in, I can't quite see who that is. It's very glary out here today, and has kicked Buff's first goal for the game. And that looks like Coco Nicky.
He's in exactly the same spot, and he tried to sell candy again. He's hooked it on goal, Sam, and popped it through.
What a goal. He's just gone, I'll just play on while you're mucking around on that mark that I've set you on, and I'll bang it on the right boot and score back in deep inside Buff's forward 50. Archard first one there. Hutt just trying to push him under, and it's a quick snap on goal. Can't quite pick up who that was, but that takes Tar's second goal there.
And Campbell went over the top, but the umpire said play on. A chance here for Buffalo. Clever handball. He'll be goalless. He's going to run to an open goal and slam it through, and that was number 18, I reckon, Ishmael.
Tars are going to take that advantage, and if they're kicking in danger and pulling just goes short. Got caught behind was Magro, but a big quick snap off the side, and that looks like number 25 possibly. I didn't quite catch who that was, sorry. Did you catch who it was, Gray?
The Buffaloes are going in. There's a nice handball. No, he's grabbed two. Should be a shot here by Ryan Clark. No, he handballed it wide, and it's going to go through for a goal, I think. That's a very good goal. And that guy running back towards us with the blue boots is a goal kick, I reckon.
Yeah, that's Abe Anchors there, and kick doesn't quite come off, and Yaron first there, but plays for that free kick, and he says no, and Ryan Clark's released Joel Hillis, and Ryan Clark has released Lachlan Cassidy. Sorry, I better give you your credit where credit's due. To Darcy Sketcher, and Sketcher just goes long to a contest. You got Ishmael Palmer over there with the big spoil, but off the deck through the middle of the sticks. Kyle McBean, thank you very much. Lovely soccer kick off the deck by McBean there. And that
no, it's not. Still in contest. Here's a chance for Waratahs. Hillis running into an open goal. He's going to handball. He is. Left it a bit late though. Ooh, they're going to get away with this. Left foot snap by Carolo. Plenty of poise there from the former skipper.
And follows up his work in the middle, and a short kick finds Tommy Spence. He's been in the back line all day. Can he kick Tars first goal? And he does. He'll be stoked for that, and that gives them the lead in the first 20 seconds of this quarter.
Might get it now. Buffaloes will get it out. They go forward looking for Big Stafford. He's behind. He's tapped it cleverly though over the back to
Coco Nicky there.
Coco was it, or Ishmael? It was Coco, and he's kicked a goal. A magnificent goal, very similar to the first goal they kicked in the game.
Sure is. So Wilkins versus Stafford in the ruck. Clark can't quite pick it up, and Campbell goes boom on the left. Can he kick his goal and put Buffaloes ahead? He can, straight out the pack. And he does, and I'm sure they're celebrating out there. But running through slightly high, but Anchors, he's going to get it. Can he put his team in front? He's running in, and he's kicked it. And that's put Tars back in front, taking the lead by 3 points, and Anchors a match winner, I would say. And he's just going at the footy Maroney's there, and that's the siren. So Waratahs take the chocolates, 19 goals, 17, 131 against Darwin Buffaloes, 18 goals, 12, 120. And Gray, what an absolute tight tussle all game. And
he's popped it high, looking for an option, but just turned over. Anderson again, beautifully picked up. Snap on the left boot. It's drifting. Oh, he's better on it with a bit of a snap, I reckon, than a set shot. Right. Fantastic.
Absolutely. Goal kicker from moments ago was a quick kick forward by Moody. Goes down to a one-on-one at full forward. Nicely trapped by his brother Moody, who swings it around. Jay Moody it was. And he kicks a nice goal there. Yeah, had about 3 grabs at it, but clearly he was the only one that touched the ball as Moody just drifts across the front of the pack, gets his legs taken out, but now a quick kick forward again. I think this is another goal. It is. And it's another Nightcliff goal, and they've banged on 3 in pretty quick time. Plenty of space out there was Kane Davidson. Hands off to Anderson, who came running from behind. Anderson kicks long towards goal. Goal umpire doesn't move much at all, and Jed Anderson has got his second goal on the board. Umpire standing behind, making sure he doesn't get off the line of his kick. He kicks long towards goal. The kick looks pretty good. As it got there, it's gone right to the line. I think that might have got over. It has gone over. So another Nightcliff goal that's just centimetres over the line.
Ball goes high. White Ryan gets a hand to it. Looks like it's come off the boot of Cockatoo. Stanley Waistcoat just skips over the top of him. Snap off the boot. Has he got it? Just gone. You can see a punter in the crowd there's just been nearly absolutely falconed.
In front, gets it down. Cockatoo got his hands to it. Back to Ryan, who throws it on the left boot, kicks long. Dennis gets his hands to the ball. Couldn't take the mark. It spills to Barry at ground level. I think he's got one under the legs of everyone else. And that's a terrific goal. Dylan Barry that time.
Offensive work there by Districts, and it's Adrian Scott doing what he can against a sea of crocodiles, but Philo with a snap over the top from behind. The umpire with a very impressive view style goes, yep, that is all yours. Beautifully done there from Philo to read that. And manages to get that one into a little bit of space. No one cleared, picked that one up yet, but it is an opportunity here to go bang. Will it drift around? Yes, it does. What a fantastic moment there for Dylan Barry, and it gets him on the board yet again. It's
short of Schwartz, but he's able to get it back to Ross, who's swung in the tackle and gets a kick forward, and the mark's taken Barry it was that took the mark. Wasted no time. Got around the players who were a little bit asleep around him and banged it on the boot. And he's kicked his 4th goal for the game. He's
zone for the Crocs that'll have to try and clean this one up, which they do, but Nightcliff too good with a snap that goes high over the top. Has it gone through? Yes, it has, and it's Moody. Into the 50, goes high, no one with the clear mark under pressure. You can see it's Brander. Hand pass finds Cockatoo. Cockatoo, snap over the top.
I think it's good.
Has it gone through? Umpire says yes.
Scrambling defence from Districts now as the hand pass comes out to Palmer. Palmer chips looking for waistcoat, and the siren goes to end the game. And you can see that players are exhausted.
Absolutely.
Every one of them out there. It's been a grueling contest. But Nightcliff just 10-point winners, but to me just seem to have control of the game for most of the day, Tara.
Cantilla. Oh, Cantilla got up high from behind but picked up and snapped on goal. And the first goal of the game goes to Benjamin Brett. And a good goal that was, well read off the ruckman. Hit out here by Brendan Cantilla. Thompson tracking it, well done. Warwick Williams shoved the tackler. Oh, and he's kicked it. Warwick Williams, happy with himself as well. Loves kicking a goal, Warwick Williams. See him play up forward a lot for Pints this season. Gives it back to Murray, gives it back to Simpson. He was under enormous pressure, so Pint here applying the pressure, and that is a beautiful snap. And that was kicked by Lee Peters, I think that was, or no, number 2, Andrew Mead Harding. They've got all the players here. Look, 2 can rattle that off.
Got numbers everywhere.
Yeah, picked up by Polmar. Polmar can have a shot on goal, and it's got the legs and he's kicked it. So he's got his first.
So I think that's the ambition of the Green Ants.
And more importantly, as we just watch this go.
1%ers, yeah.
Taggart, and he's kicked the goal. So he's on the goal scorers list now. So Rory Taggart kicks it. Target taking a little bit high there. The umpire gave the benefit of the doubt. Poor Jimmy, steps around one. This is the X factor.
You probably make him more efficient. You probably make him more efficient. You use my first second. Like $2,700 is tax. That's what I get. Okay. So $20. Oh, you get paid fucking. Bro, you get paid weekly. Jealous. What do you guys get paid monthly?
What? Monthly? That's the only place I've ever heard of that gets paid monthly in Australia.
Yeah, it's a Japanese company. Yeah, but part-times get paid fortnightly. Bro, I'm so jealous. Monthly is pretty shit, but you get pretty used to it pretty quickly. Probably like after the first couple of months. Yeah,
welcome back to the round 18 clash between Nightcliff and Waratah here at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. It's a tight contest. No goals at all in the second quarter, and Nightcliff just holding on to that lead. It's only 8 points, so of course anyone's game. As we said from the outset, the winner of this game wins themselves 3rd place going into the finals, which of course is crucial, gives a double chance, and the loser will be taking on Darwin Buffaloes next week in an elimination final. So it's a crucially important game for both sides, and that's the way they're playing the game. Don't want to give up any space whatsoever as we're underway, and ball out the back, Finning wheels around on the right boot, kicks out wide into some space. It trickles out close to the boundary line, just in the shade of the trees out here, but picked up nicely in the hand pass, which spilled out there as Rasmussen goes back in again, picks up, finds herself in a little bit of space, kicks in towards the centre of the ground where there's a couple of Nightcliff players, nicely used through the hands to Hatsis-Marlis, who kicks out to the advantage of Bush. Bush traps it out on the bounce, and she's off and running now with a couple of bounces, and runs to the forward 50, kicks inside 50, the ball just falls short, the mark couldn't be taken, spills back. McWilliam picks up on the left boot. We said she's better on the snapshot, but just across the face this time and through for a behind to Nightcliff.
Yeah, good to see Bush doing the team thing there and trying to hit up Ward in the forward 50, but I reckon she would have had a ping on goal from long then and might have kicked it, but ball's come out here and Tars have got it. Zarafa just trying to take that mark but doesn't quite come off, and a quick kick down the line and beautiful strong over the top by Ware. Great contested mark, and she'll look to just settle things and play the composure footy that we know they can play. And another great strong mark from Ward. Just sticks the mitts up and it sits in there, and she'll just make sure her opposition is on the mark. But she comes round looking for McWilliam. The height again doesn't quite take that mark, and it's just spilled out the back, and Tars with the numbers. But a handball along the ground, a bit of a grubber, but picked up there. Nothing really coming of it, and her quick hands, great work out the back to Ward, and it's come out to Tile, who takes a step and she kicks it on goal, and she's kicked Nightcliff's third goal for the game.
Yeah, great finish there, and Ward doing the team thing again. Looked like she could have worked to space herself and had a shot at goal, but saw that Tile had a bit of space, gave it to her and finished beautifully, and that's the start that Coach Andrew Rock would have been looking for after half time, and just stretches that lead out, gives Nightcliff a little bit of breathing space.
Yes, two coaches today in Andrew Rock, commonly known as Rocky there. He's an experienced Nightcliff coach out there, and is Heidi Thompson for the Tars. So two great coaches there for our two women's teams here. So as the ball comes back to the middle, it's Jacobs versus Hunt in the ruck, and Hunt just gets over the top of that, but Fogus with the strength just to bash it forward. But Finning's first to it, she can't quite pick it up, and she's being pursued by Bush, who picks it up and gets tackled straight away. The ball's spilled out, and Finning's picked it up, but she's been wrapped up again, and we'll get a ball up just on Nightcliff's half.
In the house.
So I assume Jacobs will go up here against Hunt, and Hunt gets a bit of a run up, and Jacobs just tries to hold the body there, but Hunt follows up her own work but handles it straight to Bush. It's been deemed a throw actually, so Jacobs will take the free kick. Hatsa Smarless will take the free kick. And she'll look in. She's looking wide here, so some really structured, composed footy from the Tigers, but just dropped that mark was Shermer, as she goes in long looking for a teammate, and that looks like Sophie Berry there on the far side in the pocket. So she'll look to centre this ball, and she does. She's got Ward with a 2-on-1 who just beautifully uses her body and doesn't give away the free kick, and timed that beautifully. And oops, she's looking to go short, and she's found a teammate in Anyan Smith who's too casual when she drops that mark. And so some defensive work here from Tars, who's just managed to kick it out through Donatio. But it's Bush out there, and first to it is Shermer. But she runs around on the right. She lowers the eyes, trying to hit a teammate just too low, and just scoots across the boundary line there. So we'll get a ball in inside Nightcliff's forward 50 with a chance to have an easy goal missed.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Just... as you said, just too casual. Ward with some terrific work. She's taken 4 or 5 of those really strong marks today, and the delivery was good, but just got just spilled out of the hands, and so Tars held on in defence, and there's a boundary throw, and it's taken in the ruck contest by Hunt, and she clears round the outer side of the ground close to the boundary line. Shermer's first there for Nightcliff, picks it up now and it swings back, kicks close to the boundary line round the outer side of the ground as Bush comes in to put the pressure on, and Tars looking to work it away through Donataccio as the kick comes around the wing into some space. It's out the back. First back there for Nightcliff is Farmer, but she got tackled as she tried to get past her opponent, and she'll be penalised for not disposing of the ball, and it'll come back, and Tars with the chance to go forward again through Eden to the outer side of the ground. Nice mark taken out there, and that's short pass, just not best directed, but Tars have got it inside forward 50. It's again a strong tackle, but too high this time, and Tars moving it quickly. Ball spills to the ground from the marking contest. And Tars have worked it forward as Winstanley gets a kick out into some space, but it looks to be all Nightcliff back here as the chip kick. That's a dangerous one to the top of the goal square, but fortunately for Nightcliff, they had the numbers there and able to work it to the outer side of the ground. As again in the contest, the hand pass comes forward. Bush receives, and again she's off and running. 3 bounces this time as she goes around the outer side of the ground. That's 4 hand passes over the top, but just missed the target. Jacobs, I think it is, Anion Smith it was, but she couldn't control it, and the kick around the corner comes inside forward 50. Nightcliff still with the chances. The long kick comes in towards the goal square. Tars defenders get back in numbers and manage to clear it away to the outer side of the ground. And now they've got a player in space in Eden who's off and running and kicks long down towards half forward. It's quick transition from Tars from one end to the other. They've got it inside forward 50 as Hayley Finning takes that mark, chips inboard to Zarafa, and Zarafa takes the mark at half forward. Zarafa looking to go short this time. Oh, the mark just spilt down there by Glover, but she's working hard at ground level again as the free kick's been paid, and it's going to go Waratah's way. I think Hayley Finning looks like she'll be the recipient of the free kick. Finning kicks long inside the forward 50, but over the pack of players. Looks like it sort of bounced out, didn't it?
Yeah, I think we'll get a boundary throw in here.
Yep, the Waratah player just doing the friendly thing, retrieving the ball for the boundary umpire. And yeah, boundary throw in the pocket.
So a good ball up there, and it's just Bacon was first to it, and Fogus gets her first hands on the footy there, but a kick out wide finds the Rafa, and it's turned over, so she'll just look to slow it down. She's darted the eyes across, and she's gone in short, finding a teammate in Finning who just took front position and owned that contest there. So she's called out to her teammates that she's going long, and she's gone long to the hot spot. Oh, a good hitter that was Eden, but can't quite take the mark. And Winstanley, don't give her an inch because she'll kick a goal on you if you've given her an inch, and they have. And Nightcliff are claiming they touched it, but Winstanley kicking Tar's first goal since the first quarter.
Yeah, really important one for Waratah. Nightcliff had scored the first goal of the quarter and were in threatening to take the game away from Tars, but a good passage of play to take it all the way down the ground earlier, and then they've locked it inside the forward 50 and eventually Winstanley with an opportunist goal close to the goal line and tightens that score line up again back to a 9-point margin.
Yeah, and Tars just worked really hard there. As you said, that quick transition out just caught Tigers. I guess they were pushing forward, and that turnover just caught them off guard, and Tars had numbers back. So gone back to the middle here, and the Bacons just won that tap over the top, and a little soccer kick to herself was Weiss, and she's kicked it inside forward 50 looking for Anion Smith, who just bumps her opposition, trying to bunch her out the way was Adams, but running out with it was Jeans, and she's looking for a teammate out on this near side wing. And the Nightcliff have the numbers and the support there, and a quick kick from Weiss back inside forward 50. And it's a 2-on-1 in the contest, and the Tars girls keep their feet. And then Bush has ended up with it. She's taken 2 bounces. She's running in. Can she have a look on those goals? And I think it was just touched off the boot or went through for a behind there. So had a bit more time than she thought, but that's got to be bounce 12 or 13 for this game from her.
Yeah, maybe didn't need the second bounce and could have just settled and kicked for goal. But Tars the chance to bring it out of defence. Donataccio in the back pocket, kicks around and finds the captain, Zarafa, who takes a mark out the back uncontested, looking to give off by hand now, and she does so as Jeans kicks long along the boundary line, but standing tall in front for Nightcliff is Jacobs, I think that is.
Big Hannah Turnbull.
Oh, is it? She's back in the play. So comes to Zarafa, who kicks around the boundary line. The ball slips out the back. Chance for Nightcliff out there. It's picked up nicely by Sherma. She hand passes to Hatzis-Marlis running through half back. Kicks long down towards half forward as ball couldn't be controlled at ground level. Ward does a bit of trick work around the back of the legs, then gets a hand pass out, and eventually it's picked up by Berry, who kicks inside towards the top of the goal square, paddled forward, and a strong tackle on Donataccio by the Nightcliff forward. A bit of frustration there from Anion Smith as the ball just slipped out of her hands and over the boundary line. But it's a Waratah free kick, and they bring it round the near side of the ground once again. Strong work at ground level by Weiss, and then she got tackled strongly to the ground by Zarafa, and it'll be a stalemate and a ball up.
Yeah, strong tackle by Zarafa there as Jacobs and Hunt go at it, and Jacobs just holds her body in the ruck. But Hunt's come back out with it. She's been doing great follow-up work as a ruck rover now, as she's found Nightcliff players have just set up behind the ball there, but Jacobs still pursuing that footy, can't quite take control, and Bush, the experience and the composure of she takes control, but gets it out to a teammate, and Tars have managed to turn it over with an intercept. And they're looking long, but there's 3 Tigers there, and first to it is Turnbull as she handles it inboard to Landwire, and Landwire goes for a nice long kick down the wing, can't quite mark it, but first there is Ward. She's working up the ground as well as being prominent in the air, and she's looking for McWilliam, who can't quite trap it easily, and she's being pursued by O'Dwyer, so a bit of a foot race on this far side, and it looks like McWilliams just made that space between her and her teammate, and she sells some candy and ankles Ruby O'Dwyer. They'll be sore tomorrow. But as McWilliam comes in on the left, she goes a nice long snap, and she's just hung it right there, so it's just gone through for a behind.
Yeah, clever work by McWilliam out wide there, and got herself some space, but just can't find the goals today, unfortunately for Cassie. But in the meantime, the ball's gone over the boundary line in front of the scoreboard on the outer side of the ground, and you can see Erin Hunt putting her hand up to take part in the ruck contest here. Looks like she'll be up against McWilliam as the ball gets thrown in. The ball just falls short. McWilliam takes it now, wheels around on that left boot again, kicks long down towards the top of the goal square, and in front again, strong marks taken, and Michaela Ward will go back and have a shot for goal from about 25 metres out, directly in front. She's certainly been a focal point up forward today. Some, as we said, 5 or 6 strong marks out in front. Couple of goals on the board already for Ward. Comes in now. Kick looks like she's just dragged this one to the left. So yeah, we're just wasting some opportunities, Nightcliff. Now you see the scoring shots there. 3 goals, 6 to the 2 straight goals, and Nightcliff have had some chances really to put Waratah away a bit in this third quarter.
Yeah, so Ruby O'Dwyer will bring this ball back in, and she takes a run out the square, and she finds a teammate who just drops that mark on their half back flank, but a quick hands out, but Tigers are swarming in, and numbers to the footy from both sides, and nobody can really grab it. Erin Hunt at the bottom there. Beautiful work out to Tastula, and Tastula's kick smothered by McWilliam, who jumps back on the footy, and she goes on her left, looking for Ward again, who's done a beautiful stretching mark, and she just plays on. She knew our defenders were out, and she's run into goal, and she's kicked her 3rd goal for this game, and Nightcliff's 4 goals, 6-30, leading the Tars 2 goals, 0-12.
Yeah, it's starting to look like a big task for Waratah now, isn't it? But what a combination those two are. McWilliam and Ward up in that forward line, and a long kick in. McWilliam had eyes for no one else but Ward with the form that she's in, taking marks down there, and took that one, kept running, and just walked through a goal basically. And yeah, as we said, we hit the time on period in the third quarter, and Nightcliff just stretched that lead out now. It's 3 goals, and a big task for Tars coming into the last quarter.
Yeah, and it looks like McWilliam's just playing with a bit more confidence as well, and that's really helping them surge them forward as Hunt just gets over the top of that tap, and Winstanley pursuing this ball. She picks it up cleanly. She's been great for the Tars today, and she's tackled strongly by Hatzis-Marlis, and will get a ball up the 2 number 2s. Strong, fast and quick today. So Jacobs takes front position and just directs that down, but Tars read it best with the quick hands out the back to Donataccio, and she's going to be first one there. She picks it up, she steadies herself, and she goes long down the line, getting caught behind with the Tigers, but coming out the back of it was Waratah. She can't quite get a clean kick with the pressure from Jacobs, but she finds Winstanley on the hands, and Winstanley goes inboard, but beautiful work there by the Nightcliff defence just to get it cleared out and away. And I think this will unfortunately roll over for a lasso free kick though on the far side. Oh, that must have been touched off the boot.
Like, there was one assessment where it was like, hey, break into this computer.
So we'll get this ball up, and they've sent Finning into the ruck against Jacobs, and Finning read it best over the top, and she finds Winstanley in boundary side. It gets a quick handball under pressure from Fogus. And that takes us to the three-quarter time siren. So another tight quarter, but Nightcliff just kicking those 2 goals to stretch that lead out to 18 points at the three-quarter time. And we'll be back with you after a short break.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge, or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome back to Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval as we're underway in the final quarter of this round 18 clash between Nightcliff and Waratah. It's Nightcliff who hold a handy advantage at three-quarter time. The quick hand pass comes out and Hatzismalis drives Nightcliff forward once again early in this final quarter. The mark spilt this time by Ward, just under pressure from behind, and now it gets over the top. There's a quick snapshot towards goal, but just misses to the right-hand side. So Nightcliff into attack early in this final quarter. And Sam, it's a long way back for Tars from here, you would think.
Yeah, it is 11 scoring shots to 2 as well, so that's kind of tells the tale, but with a short kick in, it looks like it's going to be turned over here with Bush in her fast legs pursuing that ball, and she's first to it and just rips that out of the air. And a kick in the middle looking for a teammate in Berry, but Berry can't quite control it. And Michaela Ward with a quick chicken step, and she spins around on the right and she snaps a beautiful goal.
Great celebration as well, Sam. But yeah, that's a great goal. She's had a day out, hasn't she? 4 goals for Michaela Ward, and she's been terrific. Not only a goal kicking, strong marking, and just her general field play. She's been back to the Michaela Ward of a few years ago, I think, when she was at her absolute best.
Yeah, sure is, and I think she was more happy probably with the little step that she put in there first. So great goal from her. But that takes her, to 4 goals, as you said, out of Nightcliff's 5 as well. So she's been a very big key. And I think Tars sent about 2 people to her before, but she still outmarked them in the last quarter as well. So, but great work through the middle from Hatzismalis just to push that ball forward, as you said, to get them on the board early.
Bacon in the ruck, but over the top. The ball's forced forward for Tars. At ground level, Eden just got stripped of the ball as she tried to hand pass out the back, but Nightcliff again off and running through Bush, who kicks long down towards the goal square. It's bouncing out the back, working hard. Down there was Donataccio for Tars, and she's done well to chop that one off. Kicks out wide, though. It's going to go close to the boundary line. Hatzismalis first there for Nightcliff. Got the hand pass inboard as she was tackled. The hand pass comes out again, and now the kick inboard goes
Jazzy
all the way through. I think it was Ware as well, and another great finish. And gee, that's a fast start in this final quarter by Nightcliff, and indications are that the floodgates are opening.
Yeah, Jazzy Ware off the half back just pursued that and just steered that home beautifully with a long kick as well. So great work from her pushing up the ground just to really force that. And the Tigers have come out with a lot of intensity at the start of this quarter too, so Tars will need to put some body on and try and shut that down if they want to, fight for that 4th spot.
Yeah, looking unlikely. Of course, the winner of this game, we assume, will go on to play against St Mary's next week in the qualifying final. We imagine that Pint will get the points over Palmerston and maintain their top position on the ladder. But Nightcliff just running into some really good form late in the season as Bush on the outside of the boot this time kicks it down towards half forward. The ball bouncing there, and just the ball bouncing for Nightcliff in this last quarter as the kick goes forward, but Tars strong in defence, clear it away. Hatzismalis just nudged her opponent under the ball, but then couldn't control it herself as Eden gets the clearing kick for Tars out towards the outer wing, but first there for Nightcliff is Rasmussen, does well and gets past an opponent, kicks long down towards half forward, off hands, the ball slips out the back, and quick kick forward by Onion Smith into some space at half forward, beautifully picked up by Ward, and feigned the hand pass and then kicked instead. But here's a chance for Nightcliff once again. It's Sophie Berry this time, gets on the end of it, and she's banged it through the middle. So all of a sudden the Waratah defence is under siege, and Nightcliff just running in waves, and that's 3 goals in pretty quick time in the final quarter.
Yeah, considering how tough it was to score a goal in the first half, they've just piled on 3 so far this quarter in 4.5 minutes. So really pressing and really opening this game up is Nightcliff through their tight pressure, and I think their skills as well. They've just lifted a little bit and really picking up that ball cleanly and looking for a teammate down in the forward line. So Nightcliff leading this contest and opening it up to 7 goals, 7-49 against the Tars, 2 goals, 0-12.
Just waiting for everyone to be in position. They are now as the ball goes up in the air. Tars trying to force it forward, but well read across the back and brought away. Nightcliff going forward again. It's picked up by Onion Smith at half forward. Wheels around on the right boot, goes long towards McWilliam at the top of the goal square. Picks it up nicely, swings around on the left, but the kick's out in space as Ward again this time can't pick up the ball and gets bundled out of the way as Tars scramble it out of defence again, get it outside of defensive 50, and beautifully done by Bauer there, just chopping through, took the ball and kicks out to the advantage of Bullock, who kicks off the ground out in front of Glover. Now Glover at ground level just had trouble controlling it, and then there's a free kick been found, and it's going to be a Nightcliff free kick across half back to Gypsy Shermer. Shermer chips out wide. It's just overcooked that kick a bit, goes over the head of Farmer, who manages to run onto it now. Just scoops it up and then toe pokes it forward, and it's chopped off by Danataccio, who in the end got tackled and the ball spilt free, and the free kick will be paid.
Yeah, so Farmer plays on with Landwire running in, and she does a beautiful long kick looking for her teammate, but it's turned over, and first the footy there was Hadjic, but she's done a dangerous kick inside 50, and McWilliam, and that's Tegan McWilliam, will be first to it, but she just gets wrapped up by Zarafa and just dropped the footy. So Zarafa looks to go quickly and move the ball down the line, and she finds her teammate in Finning perfectly ready, and she releases Zarafa from the back, who's just following up her second and third efforts here. And Zarafa goes along and hunts. She's going to run onto it. She hasn't got anyone in her forward line, and a beautiful tackle there. Just forced her the handball by Turnbull. But Winstanley's there. You give her an inch and she'll take a mile, and she'll kick Tar's third goal. That is. So she has opened up the gates for here, and there's a bit of a pile, and it looked like as she kicked that beautiful goal. But as I said, give her an inch and she'll take a mile, and she did that. Just that.
Yeah, the game's really broken open, hasn't it? It's an avalanche of goals here in the final quarter, 7.5 minutes in, and Nightcliff have scored 3 goals, and now Tars have answered with one. Victoria Winstanley with her second goal, and she's been a dangerous player all day, up in the middle of the ground, but pushing forward as well, and just taken the opportunities that have come a couple of times when she's pushed forward. But still a long way back for Tars, but no, an interesting game, and of course both sides still in the finals hunt, both sides playing next week, so still lots to play for to run into form coming into finals.
So the ball's back in the middle and underway, and Jacobs gets the tap there out to Fogus, who can't quite grab it, but gets a foot to it and taps it forward. But first there is Donataccio, and she'll kick around the corner down the line. It's going to go close to the boundary line here, and I think it will roll over, and it should be a lasso free kick, and Landwire will take that. Just having a look and calling for the switch there is Kennedy, but she's not a great kick from Landwire, but Kennedy's there to mop it up for her, and she looks in board, but Bush versus Zarafa in there, and Bush picks it up and manages to get a handball away, but she's dragged down. Oh, she must have thrown that one out, actually. Sorry, Zarafa will get the free kick there, and she'll look in board, and she finds a teammate in Eden who's been strong today and really got into this game in the second half. So Eden will go short out to a teammate in Tassone, and she'll go a high up and under kick to the top of the 50, and coming through was Hunter with the body. But first to the footy there, picking it up was Rasmussen at the bottom of that pack, but lots of Tars swarming on there, and not quite the tackle you would have assumed, but it did knock the ball out there and left Weiss on the bottom of that pack. And the umpire will say here, I'll give it a throw up.
So still tough in the contests, and as we expect with these two strong sides. Beautiful hit out there, but at ground level, just trying to force her way through was Hunt, but she's been penalised here, and it's going to be a Nightcliff free kick to Tile. Tile decides to go long down towards half forward. The bouncing ball picked up nicely by Jacobs. She gets it inboard to Fogus. Fogus kicks long down towards full forward, but out in front all by herself was Rubio Dwyer, and she takes the intercept mark and wastes no time playing onto the outer side of the ground where Donataccio made some space. She marks and chips around the outer side of the ground again, and now a chance for Nightcliff to go forward. On the bounce it gets at Hunt, who couldn't control it. She's back in there again. Hand passes out, but only as far as Rasmussen, who tried to hand pass to Turnbull, just at her bootlaces and put her under some pressure as eventually the ball finds its way over the boundary line. So I think it's going to be a Lassie free kick here. So it's Glover jogging across there to pick it up. It's interesting. So that was a kick backwards and they're penalised for it going over. So Glover right in front of the scoreboard there. Goes the long option towards the top of the goal square. No mark taken down there as it spills forward, and now spills free and gets knocked over the boundary line. It'll be a throw in this time.
So I think we're inside Tar's forward 50 here, or just outside potentially, and I think Finning's going to go up in the ruck against Bacon. So a bit of height, bit of hops from Bacon. Hopefully we'll get over the top as we're just going to restart play. Oh, the umpire telling them to come a bit closer maybe. So as the ball has been thrown back in, both rucks go at it. Bacon just got a hand over the top to it, but can't pick it up. There's Nightcliff, but good body work from Bullock there just to get it out, and Finning's come out with it. She's tackled it, she's kicked, and she hasn't got a boot to it, and it's just stopped in the middle of everyone. But Tigers have got the numbers in support as Nia Bacon picks it up, and she goes down the line to a contest, and Tile just looked like she's through that, ready for a kick, but turned over by Rubio Dwyer as she goes in, and Finning just turns around, turns inside, goes on the right, and a beautiful, beautiful read of the ball there was Glover, who takes a strong mark inside, deep inside their forward 50.
Yeah, just going with the flight of the ball there, saw it coming over her shoulder and took it nicely, and now have the chance with the set shot. So Glover chips at that one, and teammates are celebrating on the line. It's gone through, so another Waratah goal. So after Nightcliff came out and scored 3 quick goals in this final quarter, it's Tars who have hit back with the next 2. So clearly haven't put the cue in the rack. They're certainly battling as hard as they can to see this game out. But the clock ticks towards 13 minutes in this final quarter, and we have had 5 goals, so there'll be a little bit of time to play out yet.
Yeah, and I think Tars, after that first 5 minutes, have just managed to shut down Nightcliff's run, and those Nightcliff girls just looking a little bit tired in this towards the 15-minute mark of this quarter, but they'll have to dig deep if they want to see out this quarter. So we're back in the middle in Bacon versus Hunt, I think that is, or Bailey, sorry. And Bailey just gets a hand over the top, but wrapped up his land wire by Zarafa at the bottom there. So we'll get another ball up right in the middle of the ground. So again, Bailey versus Bacon. And Bailey with the hands over the top, and Zarafa read it best. And she's wrapped up straight away. So the umpire will say, I'll do my 3rd ball up in about 20 seconds for you ladies. As he goes again and again, Bacon versus Bailey, and nobody really got that. And again, Zarafa picks it up out the back, and she bangs it on the left as a spoil comes from behind on Finning there. But Finning just protects that ball drop at the bottom there, and Tigers are away with it through Fogus on this near side wing, and she goes short, looking for that composure, but coming through was Jeans with a fist, and it's 2 on 1 there, and Jeans just throws her body at the bottom of this, and I'd expect her to get hold in the footy if not, but the umpire gives her benefit of the doubt and says I'll ball it up, but I think that tackle just left her a little bit sore there as she dived in there.
Yeah, just coming off holding her hip there, but heading straight to the bench, but at ground level it's picked up by Patmore, a quick kick forward, but Nightcliff with the numbers, the hand pass almost hit Fogus in the face then as ricocheted to the ground, and again it's wrapped in, and it'll be a stalemate. So the clock ticks towards time on in this final quarter as another wrap-up tackle, and we'll start again as Claire Weiss hands the ball back, and it's thrown up once more. Spiggles over the back. Fogus is first there, tried to break away but got tackled with the ball, and it'll be another ball up. It's been a succession of ball ups here in the late in this final quarter as again the ball spills out, and players just happy to wrap each other up and see the clock tick down. It's been pretty warm conditions, but the skills have been pretty good most of the day, as this time the ball bouncing around and a quick kick forward by TIO for Nightcliff, but again it's just spills out the back this time. First there was Donataccio for Tars. She got bumped out of the way, and she's standing up a bit sore as well. And we've got another. No, it's a Tars free kick in the back half. As Zarafa takes that mark and wheels around on the left as she usually does. Kicks long down the line. No mark taken at ground level. Oh, strong work as trying to wrestle the ball away from Bauer there, but again it's a ball up, so not much free movement of the ball in the last few minutes, as it looks like we've got a bit of an injury at ground level here, and play just being held up.
Yeah, and I think everyone's just getting sucked into those stoppages there, and there's numbers from both teams just heading into every ball up. That's why we just keep getting them. Whereas in the first probably half of this quarter, we saw lots of space and lots of ball movement, and it'd be good to see that back for these last couple of minutes. As you said, 5 goals kicked this quarter, so I imagine we'd go close to the 20-minute mark into time on there. This doesn't look too nice. It looks like a bit of a knee or something going on there. The Nightcliff player is she's just being helped off the ground. Lucky the interchange and the bench is right there just to get her off nice and quickly so play can restart. So the Rucks have put their hand up, and it'll be Hunt versus Jacobs in there, and Jacobs goes for the body first, and she protects that ball and Landwire. Beautiful strong work, just trying to bust through that pack, but she's wrapped up by 2 TARS players, and we'll get another ball up, I imagine, on this near side.
So that's the siren to end the game, and yeah, look, a good game of footy. Just your players were obviously tired in the end, and the ball got wrapped in, but Nightcliff looked really strong today, and kicked 5 second half goals to just power away from TARS a bit. So in doing so, Nightcliff wrap up 3rd place on the table. They'll play a qualifying final next week, and Waratah will have to do it the hard way, going through an elimination final against Darwin Buffs first up next week. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for joining me in the call, Sam. A good game of footy. Look forward to finals action starting next week.
Sure do, and I think we'll see some big games as well, and I think Pint just got over Palmy by only probably 40 points, which was interesting too. So I'm sure coming into their week off, they'll have a strong week, and we'll have a great final series in our Women's Premier League. But thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next week ready for some finals action.
Freaking out currently for 3 months. We're the customer thing.